Did the recent protests in Hong Kong improve civil rights? Hong Kong, officially known as Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China. It is a region on the southern coast of China enclosed by the Pearl River Delta and South China Sea. Hong Kong is known for its expansive skyline and deep natural harbor. It has a landmass of 1,104 km square and a population of over 7 million people. Therefore, it is one of the most densely populated areas in the world. Right now, the Occupy Hong Kong democratic movement of universal suffrage has become a heated topic around the world. People are marching on the streets, occupying Central One, and students are leaving their class to demonstrate. Notice that the most of the people demonstrating are college students, anchored by the Hong Kong Federation of Students. The Hong Kong Federation of Students allows that their movement is for their future and political democracy. They think that the current political system cannot represent them if it remains the same. They intended to go back the generous universal suffrage because they think that there was generous universal suffrage during the British control. Meanwhile, some media outlets have incorrectly reported that Hong Kong government has received too much interference from Beijing and people do not have the rights for the universal suffrage anymore after reunification. So, at this time, some people are fighting with police and breaching the security gardens. The Central One is the most prosperous. On July 1, 1997, Hong Kong reunited to the mainland after 150 years of British colonial rule. It entered into a new historical era of one country, two political systems, and Hong Kong governed by the Hong Kong people with a high degree of autonomy. After Hong Kong was reunited with China, it had been impossible for the mainland to interfere with political systems there. According to the one country, two political system policy, the mainland will continue with its socialist system, while Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan will continue to operate under capitalist systems. The policy aims to reunite the motherland Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan peacefully, while at the same time keeping stability and prosperity in these regions. 9 years after the reunification, Hong Kong still keeps its status as the center of the international trade, shipping, and finance. The operation of a free port in Hong Kong has never changed. On the other hand, Hong Kong keeps its independence of administration of injustice just as before. The non-permanent judge of Hong Kong Court of Final Appeal, David Liebger, said that he had absolute confidence in Hong Kong's judicial system and the system there had not been weakened. If there is any weakening of the judicature, he will become the first one to protest it. Hong Kong Federation of Students claimed that the people have the right of universal suffrage under British control. This is not true. Hong Kong was a British colony from 1842 to 1997. During the British rule, there were 28 governors, but all of them were directly appointed by London. The last British governor of Hong Kong was Chris Patten. He said that as a champion of democracy is the happiness of the highest order. Why didn't London give the rights of universal suffrage to the people in Hong Kong? Because London was concerned about the reaction of China. According to a letter from British National Archive, there is a letter recording the negotiation with China. With regard to Hong Kong, there was an important point Zhou Enlai wished to put forward personally to Mr. Macmillan, or at least to his deputy. A plot was being hatched to make Hong Kong a self-governed colonial like Singapore. This had the appeal of several members of the British and Hong Kong governors. He wanted Mr. Macmillan to know that China would regard any move towards independent status would be seen as a very unfriendly act. China wished the present colonial status of Hong Kong to continue with no change whatsoever. As the historical evidence shows, there were not universal suffrage for the people in Hong Kong under British control. After the return of Hong Kong, the economy of Hong Kong has increased gradually. According to the statistics provided by the SAR government, Hong Kong reported 7.3% a year ago, with its GDP volume reaching 1.4 trillion. Its total employment hit a record high of 3.43 million, with the unemployment rate down from 8.6% in 2003 to the 5.2% in 2005, the lowest in 4 years. Its total export of commercial goods saw a year-on-year increase 8.5% in 2005. Hong Kong's foreign exchange reserves stood at $142.3 billion, ranking 7th place after Japan and Chinese mainland Taiwan. At the show of 7th ranking of 2010 Global Financial Center Index, Hong Kong ranked number 3, just behind London and New York. At the IMF data in 2008, Hong Kong average GDP was 4.38, which means it ranked number 28 in the world and number 7 in Asia. People in HK enjoyed economic prosperity, and it's proof that to have healthcare in Hong Kong is considered to be world class. There are more than 40 public and 13 private hospitals in Hong Kong. People can quickly get medical treatment after being injured. According to UN estimates, people in Hong Kong have one of the longest life expectancies of any country in the world. All of the data certifies that civil rights there have improved. The educational system in Hong Kong is well run. Most students are proficient in Mandarin, Cantonese, and English by the time they reach secondary school. The program for international student assignment saws Hong Kong's second best in the world. There is 1 private and 8 public universities in Hong Kong. The University of Hong Kong is ranked 42 in best global universities by the latest US News World Report ranking. There are more and more students from mainland that go to Hong Kong to get a better education. Since Hong Kong came back to China, civil rights for the people there have improved significantly. People in Hong Kong respect the freedom of speech, but the freedom cannot replace social order. Freedom will lead to chaos without order. The Occupy Central movement is messing up Hong Kong society. Some people's aggressive behavior has destroyed the rules that Hong Kong residents are really proud of. The movement has caused huge economic loss and threatened social stability.